It's always a short but quite intense story. Like, yeah, in 2015, someone left a candle burning and this whole house burned down. This is all a reconstruction. And she's going on about like what she felt about that and what her plans were and how interested she was in the sort of history of the location. And then much later, she was giving us a tour of all the rooms.
And she's a queer woman, so she's really into lesbians.
And we walk upstairs into one of the kitchens and she's like, oh fuck, I left the candle on.
It was fine, it was a very small candle. Like,
yeah, it was like
but
definitely
it was very
not a problem,
ironic. She
but...
told us the fire story and like the candle was... It was very funny.
I see. Did she leave the candle?
Yeah,
the first time?
She's the only one living.
It sounded like someone else the first time, but it wasn't totally clear one way or the other. Like,
she has a lot of space for clients and group work and stuff. Like, it's a big space. It's very well decorated.
Apparently she's always had people living there with her until very recently. Now she's like, well damn, I gotta figure out what to do with all the space now. But,
I'm like early retiree type vibe, so it's not like she like needs money like absolutely, but also at this point with none of the people living there, she needs to find some way to make money with the space. So
yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, just like pretty much just imagine the center and like a different version of that in every
I mean, it's
single
not
room.
the center, but like the core
right.
is like the center.
Yeah, I didn't mean like what she was trying to do.
But I would say even nicer, but like
yes,
yeah.
nicer. But
it's very relaxing in there.
It was interesting. She also had like, you're walking down the stairs and I started asking her about it and she's like, oh yeah, we had a custom metal worker and wood guy both working together on that. She had like these little intricate sacred geometry things like carved into the banister.
Spatially, she's looking for practitioners to work there or to help her do community events kind of thing. So that's why she was interested in working with me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting person regardless.
Well, that sounds like a good thing to do and have.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all the way in Oakland, so it's kind of far. And she definitely like also wants to like build like a long-term community. It's pretty dedicated, so I don't think I'm like exactly what she's looking for, but I definitely like think it's a good like network and something I would play with. But I definitely am more focused on like I want like the spirit hacker house, right? Like I want, you know, I don't want it to just be like medicine work people. So, and I want it to be more like, I want our thing to be more like blockchain, like let's do economic innovation type vibe. And then, like, cause if we did that, someone like her, she would be the perfect client for that business actually, because she has like all the setup, she has skills, she has a model that she could create, right? Like it could be like a community of medicine workers who all live together and work together. She wants a live-work situation ideally, though she's like growing into it. You can have a group of medicine workers who all live and work together, but they make money from the outside by like, you know, having clients who come, but then also they have their own practice with each other, and that's like their whole life, you know what I mean? And, you know, that could be like their business model. But not just their business model, their community sustainability model, right? So I would like to help make the product that she like consumes and like helps her facilitate her mission.
Cool. Okay.
How did your day and or week go, Shaw?
I've been kind of sick, so it's been okay, but I'm a little out of it. A little meh. How about you? Yeah, I got really sick after Argentina. Argentina was great, but then I got really sick.
Been enjoying walking in the park late at night. I don't know, just really like the
it more if I wasn't feeling sick. It's kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Not in here right now, but.
Definitely, I think the VR is good for me.
Is it fixing to move his arm?
I'm doing a lot of beat saving. Like, I've been having arm problems.
He has like severe arm pain in his right arm.
Yeah.
From just like holding it in the same position over and over again. So like all the arm, like, you know how people talk about like Beat Saber is like working out and stuff? Like that's like ironically especially helpful in the case of like the arm problem that he's experiencing. Which is really convenient. It's really convenient.
Does it feel like tennis elbow or just like very
No.
stiff sort of?
It's actually because I've been like, I pull my shoulder out of its socket when I do stuff.
Mm.
And then if I like operate from the shoulder being back, it's fine. But if I like reach forward and then try and do stuff right here, it's like, wow, that really hurts. But then if I pull it back in, it's like, oh, it's fine again.
Yeah. Range of motion.
I think I have kind of loose ligaments.
That's what we do.
And it's like
One
not.
of the
Like overly flexible.
neurodiversity is also associated with like weird physical abnormalities like that.
Yeah, like the airless people.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of the things that like when someone's like, oh, like, you know, if you're not seriously autistic in a dysfunctional way, you're not actually autistic. And I'm like, okay, yeah, the terminology's bad, they should make a different name for it. But or they should have just fucking left it as Asperger's. You know what I mean? Like why do we have to conflate it with the people who like can't like, you know, feed themselves? Like I don't
Right.
I don't what is that? It's not like is that the spectrum? I don't know.
It became
Anyway.
socially, like Asperger's became not cool.
That's
Yeah.
stupid. They should have just kept
There
making
is
Asperger's
so
cool.
much media of like this character in the show has Asperger's and it'll be part of his character development and all that. And then it was like invariably someone very strange.
But you still get the same problem with autism once you start using the word autism. It's the exact same problem. You
The
just have to
autism
like
people said
reassociate.
you shouldn't like have to differentiate like autism's the bad one and Asperger's is the not bad one. So it was basically
Sweet soda.
autism advocates who were
Okay, guys, this is
anti-Asperger's.
not what I'm trying to talk about. What I'm trying to talk about is that like part of the reason why you know that that thing actually exists or an argument for it as opposed to it just being like I don't know, like a personality style is like the fact that there is like weird digestive, you know, correlations and like physical like abnormality correlations with what people are describing as high functioning autism. And because usually I think about autism as more of like a personality thing, but I'm realizing if you have like if that whole group of people like
It's mostly neurological.
is constipated. It's just a thing.
I don't think that autism people are autism people habitually constipated. Is that a thing?
I think that there is a correlation with digestive issues and people with high functioning autism. I'm not I never like
just
thought of I
autism?
don't think of my digestive issues in that context, but it is true that those things are correlated.
There's a lot of weird correlations.
Also like weird physical things like hyperflexibility or
Yeah.
like I
Toe
don't know.
walking.
Yeah, toe walking. I'm a toe walker.
I would say what's going on with me is that the muscles have stretched beyond where they should stretch, and so therefore they're like they don't naturally like my arm naturally pulls out a little bit more than it should out of its socket.
Yeah.
You can feel it pulling out of its socket. You can hear it. It makes like crazy noise.
I think this is one of the biggest things that you were focused on when we did the medicine work 2 days ago. Was you were just like really like observant of
You
your
want to hear
arm.
something really crazy?
What was going on with it?
Interesting to listen to. We'll do the craziest sound.
Okay. I will do that. Oh.
Yeah, what's
rules, but money is kind of the thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna sue them for it? You gonna sue your investor for your money?
Right.
Like, you know.
Not everyone's gonna want to invest with me.
Right. So they basically started trying to do like a stock buyback and offering a tender offer to people so that they could sell some of their shares for cash.
Ooh.
Um,
And they started that process.
you
Like,
know, well, they promised it and then it just kept delaying and delaying and delaying, and after a year they're like, yeah, we don't have the money. But he
Yeah.
said the money is basically like the money's in the bank. It's as good as done.
Right, so the
Yeah.
stock that was gonna make up a lot of the money that we would get in the lawsuit
no.
is
Well,
now
now
valid,
we're being investigated by the SEC.
so that kinda sucks.
Well,
Yeah.
because he told the investors that they had raised $3 billion and they were gonna, you know, it was all gonna be good. But that if that was not true, that's really bad.
That is a big, yeah, it's a sneaking scandal.
Yeah.
Why is Shaw's business life like
Also,
this?
It's a continuation of the previous horrible people he was having to deal
Yeah.
with.
And
It's a
also,
different set of horrible people, but they were associated with horrible people.
it's all Napster now. You know, they're not infinite reality. It's all Napster. So it's like all coming down with Napster. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, like, X banning him and all this shit. Of course, like, you did do weird shit on X,
Yeah.
so.
But this other guy,
I mean, honestly, when you
there's
first
this
started
whole
listing
story.
agents all over the internet, I also was like, oh, is someone gonna get upset with you about that? So,
There was this other guy who made this app that was very popular as a Chrome extension that could
The ranking thing?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he did the exact same thing. And it's not like he hacked anything. He was just like, oh, it's an extension on the web page. Why don't I just call the GraphQL APIs on behalf of the user for the page that I'm on? And like,
Yeah.
or I could pay $500,000 a year to X, I guess.
And they also did the thing where they're like, hey,
Okay,
we
yeah.
maybe want to hire you. Looks like that we want to hire you. Let's tell us all about your project in great detail over many hours.
Yeah, although like, you could have just looked at it and built it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, totally. I mean, yeah,
It's just a bad taste in your mouth, even if it's not
of
really
course.
that bad.
If I really break it down, I'm like probably similar situation, you know, legal and data API people are at odds with each other. Trying to, whatever.
Also, hilariously, there's this XAI guy doing the grind set meme, you know, performative, like, here I am, it's like late at night, he's in his car, and he's like, just getting off the 36-hour work stint, like, we're grinding for this deadline. And then someone says like, oh, good thing you have the self-driving, and he's like, yeah, lol, fell asleep a few times. And like, that's bad enough with like any person admitting that, but like, Elon's your boss, you're on Twitter, and I'm gonna talk about like falling asleep in my Cybertruck.
Elon would probably like it though, that's the thing.
Yeah, true.
He'd be like, oh, I do that. But yeah. Yeah, we should definitely glorify grinding for the corporate, you know, overlords who
I mean, I'm
drive
fine
their car, who use their social platform.
I'm fine with all this in principle. It's just, I guess, slightly annoying because, like, by the time you're at almost 40 hours, there is no way that that is more. I don't know, maybe once in a blue moon, but 90% of the time, this is not going to be more productive than like work
Yeah.
for 10 hours, take a nap, work for 10 hours. So, you know.
also
Oh,
Shaw.
No,
He moved himself.
no, I don't think that pulling all-nighters is ever more productive than not pulling all-nighters.
Yeah. I guess unless you're doing like something very prosaic, like we have so many tests we have to do back to back, and I'm just gonna grind out something like this.
Yeah, or like, oh, we're about to do a big shift and like launch this big thing, so we all need to be on call and fix all the bugs that come up and like, you know, sure, okay, sure.
But
But 36 hours, like that never happens.
I love study non-stop. I feel great.
A very normal thing to do.
Clearly
as, like,
manic, pretending he's not manic. No one even probably has heard the word manic, right? He's just like, I feel great. I don't have to sleep at all. I'm just gonna study so hard for this. And then they go to the lecture hall for the final. That same guy is like the first one to turn it in, and he's so confident. He's like, fucking
Oh, no.
aced it, right? And then apparently the professor, like, people started turning in their tests after or whatever. And then apparently the professor, like, pulled him aside, or maybe it was like next class, or I don't know exactly what it was. But he, like, takes him aside at some point, and he's like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna let you retake this. Don't worry, I'm gonna allow you to retake this.
That's
But
very
like,
nice.
what do you think? How do you think you did? And he's like, yeah, I'm really confident in the material. And then like, it turns out he did all the problems, but not realizing he was doing it all on the same piece of paper over and over and over dozens of times.
Oh my god!
And he just didn't realize he was doing that. And by the end of the test, it was just this solid black line of like, where he wrote hundreds of numbers over other hundreds of numbers, and somehow didn't realize he was doing that the whole time.
That's so nice of that
Right? To not just
professor
immediately fail
to
him.
be like, I'm worried about you,
Right,
basically.
It's like he's probably seen a lot of that type of thing, right?
That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That's really unhinged. Just to like not even.
Yeah.
Yeah, honey, what's up?
Can you give me some sativa and I'll buy some more tomorrow? Otherwise I have to go get it now. I know.
We can go. I'll go with you. I'll go with you to
Okay,
get
we
it.
can go. Yeah. Tired.
I mean, you also did you know that you might just be tired because you're sick?
I know. I'm trying to resist
just
that.
go to
I have
sleep.
things to do.
You could go to sleep. You need to recover from being sick. It's just the nature of sickness. Like if you sleep deprive yourself, actually is like inefficient. And sick people sleep more than 8 hours a
But
day.
I'm not that sleep deprived. I slept well yesterday, last night.
But you feel really tired, right?
I only feel a little bit tired.
Why don't you drink some coffee? You're just bored?
I just want to smoke some sativa.
Smoke some weed. Okay.
I have indica, and I've been smoking it, and it's not been helping me.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's the plan. You don't have to come.
Do I have to go?
No. You could just give me some weed and I can go tomorrow.
It is a strong rule for me that my ceremonial weed is used for ceremonial purposes.
Yeah, but you're almost out of sativas anywhere again. That's what I'm doing.
Look at you. Look at you.
You're gonna need a new one.
Respect my ceremonial weed.
This is the risk.
Now that I gave you some, you're like aware that it's there. Before you just like didn't care that I had it. You knew
I knew it was there. I
You
didn't,
never asked for it before.
I didn't need it because I usually have my own.
You're gonna have to start maintaining a fake ceremonial weed stash. Emergencies.
You don't have to do that.
I know. Okay, we're gonna read some Freud. It's really boring, but that's why we were reading him out loud as a group.
It's a good winding down activity.
It is a good winding activity. Listening to Freud. Okay, so this section is called dreams. I think I read some of it without you. So we're past the parapraxes, or like the weird mistakes that are not just
Slips of
random.
tongues and
Yeah.
slips of minds.
So now we're in part 2. That was all part 1. We're in part 2. Part 2 is called dreams. And I'm in the middle of a page.
I heard
So
some
I'm
amount
just gonna
of
start
the beginning of it, but yeah, start wherever you want.
Start reading.
sleigh bells and the church bell.
I have 2 bookmarks in there.
Well,
Okay, I'm just gonna skip forward. Okay, these are all very nice dreams. All the dreams that came in the alarm clock. Entirely sensible and by no means an incoherent as dreams are usually apt to be. Just incoherent dreams, how dare they? I am not objecting to them on that account. What they have in common is that in each case the situation ends in a noise, which when the dreamer wakes up is recognized as being made by the alarm clock. So we see here how a dream is produced, but we learn something more than this. The dream does not recognize the alarm clock, nor does it appear in the dream, but it replaces the noise of the alarm clock by another. It interprets the stimulus, which is bringing sleep to an end, but it interprets it differently each time. Why does it do that? There is no answer to this. Seems a matter of caprice. Understanding the dream would mean being able to say why this particular noise and none other was chosen for the interpretation of the stimulus from the alarm clock. We may make an analogous objection to Marie's experiments. We can see quite clearly that the impinging stimulus appears in the dream, but why it should take this particular form we are not told. And it does not seem by any means to follow from the nature of the stimulus that disturbs sleep. And Murray's experiments too, a quantity of other dream material usually appears in addition to the direct effect of the stimulus. For instance, the absurd adventures in the A du Cologne dream, which could not be accounted for. And now consider that arousal dreams offer the best chance of establishing influence of external sleep disturbing stimuli. In most other cases, it will become more difficult. We do not wake out of every dream, and if we remember a dream of the past night in the morning, how are we to discover a disturbing stimulus which may have made its impact on us during the night? I once succeeded in identifying a stand stimulus of that kind retrospectively, but only, of course, owing to special circumstances. I woke up one morning in a mountain resort in the Tyrol, knowing I had had a dream that the Pope was dead.
Wow.
About the dead Pope?
Dead Pope dream, common dream.
Yeah.
You ever have dead Pope dream?
No.
Was this Freud?
Yes. I could not explain the dream to myself, but later on my wife asked me if I had heard the fearful noise made by the purling of bells towards morning, which had broken out from the churches and chapels. No, I had heard nothing. My sleep is more resistant than hers, but thanks to her, the cold is very rapidly setting in. Thank you.
That was part of the book. Cold is rapidly setting in.
No, just it like really,
It feels it
real difference between this room and the hallway. Like, it's fucking cold. Okay, it's okay when you're walking around, but when you're just sitting, it's like unbearable, in my opinion. Okay. No, I had heard nothing. My sleep is more resistant than hers, but thanks to her information, I understood my dream. How often may stimuli of this kind instigate dreams in a sleeper without his getting news of them afterwards? Perhaps very often, but perhaps not. If the stimulus can no longer be pointed to, we cannot be convinced of its existence. And in any case, we have changed our view of the importance of external stimuli that disturb sleep, since we learnt that they can explain only a small portion of the dream and not the whole dream reaction. There is no need to give up this theory entirely on that account. Moreover, it is capable of extension. It is obviously a matter of indifference what it is that disturbs sleep or instigates the mind to dream. If it cannot invariably be a sensory stimuli coming from outside, there may instead be what is called a somatic stimulus arising from the internal organs. This is a very plausible notion and agrees with the most popular view of the origin of dreams. Dreams come from indigestion, people often say. I had no idea people thought that. That's so interesting.
A strange piece of cheese.
Will cause a dream?
It's
Strange
like
piece of-
a thing people would warn about. Like, oh, you had a weird dream? Maybe you had some bad cheese or something.
I mean, it
somnatic stimulus which has impinged on a sleeper during the night is no longer manifest after waking and can therefore not be provoked to have occurred. But we shall not overlook the number of clear experiences which support the origin of dreams from somatic stimuli. In general, there can be no doubt that the condition of the internal organs can influence dreams. The relation of the content of some dreams to an over full bladder or to a state of excitement of the genital organs is too plain to be mistaken. These clear cases lead to others in which the content of the dreams give rise to a justifiable suspicion that there has been an impact from somatic stimuli because there is something in content which can be regarded as a working over, a representation or an interpretation of such stimuli. Scherner, 1861, who made researches into dreams, argued particularly strongly in favor of this derivation of dreams and brought forward some good examples of it. For instance, in one dream he saw 2 rows of pretty boys with fair hair and delicate complexions facing one another in pugnacious array. I don't know what that means. Making an
Pugnacious.
pugnacious, yes. What does that mean?
It's very lively.
Ah, that makes sense. Facing one another in pugnacious array, making an onset, attacking one another, and then drawing back and taking up their old position again, and then starting the whole business once more. His interpretation of these 2 rows of boys as teeth is plausible in itself and
Could be like combative, like pugilism.
and seems fully confirmed when we learn that after the scene, the dreamer pulled a long tooth out of his jaw. That sounds terrible. Maybe this is in the dream, hopefully. He pulled a long tooth out of his jaw. Similarly, the interpretation of a long, narrow, winding passage as derived from an intestinal stimulus seems valid and confirms the assertion by Scherner that dreams seek above all to represent the organ that sends out the stimulus by objects resembling it.
Some people have like recurring losing your teeth, like weird thing with
I
teeth.
have had that many times. I have like weird ass teeth dreams as a child, but also sometimes still as an adult. Usually it's like I did something and I feel guilty and then like all of my teeth fall out and I feel even more guilty because I like didn't brush my teeth enough or something.
Yeah.
It's a lot of guilt
Yeah.
in my teeth dreams. Which makes sense because since I did one time I did a psychedelic therapy session and I had someone with me. It was like another practitioner who was practicing on me and I really had this very strong sense of extreme guilt in my early childhood, which makes sense because kids who experience early childhood trauma oftentimes feel guilty about what happens and feel like it's their fault. But I had no conscious large number of cases, an interpretation pointing to a somatic stimulus is uncertain or unprovable. Not all dreams, but only a certain number of them, give rise to a suspicion that internal organic stimuli had a share in their origin. And lastly, internal somatic stimuli are as little able as sensory stimuli to explain more of a dream than what corresponds in it to a direct reaction to the stimuli. Where the rest of the dream remains obscure. Let us notice, however, one peculiarity of dream life which comes to light in this study of the effects of stimuli. Dreams do not simply reproduce the stimuli, they work it over, they make allusions to it, they include it in some context, they replace it by something else. This is a side of dream work which is bound to interest us, since it may perhaps bring us nearer to the essence of dreams. When a person constructs something as a result of a stimulus, the stimulus need not on that account exhaust the whole of the work. Shakespeare's Macbeth, for instance, was a piece d'occasion. I don't know what that is.
Not piece de resistance.
Some French shit. Composed to celebrate the occasion of the king who was first united with the crowns of the three kingdoms. But does this immediate historical occasion cover the content of the tragedy? Does it explain its greatness and its enigmas? It may be that the external and internal stimuli too, impinging on the sleeper, I think I'm getting sleepy because we're talking about dreams, are only that, like, it's also just sleepy, but like, sleep, are only the instigators of the dream and will accordingly betray nothing to us of its essence. The second thing that is common to dreams, their psychical peculiarity, is on the one hand hard to grasp, but on the other offers us no starting point for further inquiry. We experience things in dreams as a rule in visual forms. Can the stimuli throw any light on this? Is what we experience in fact the stimulus? But if so, why is the experience visual, while it is only in the rarest cases that optical stimulation has instigated the dream? Or if we dream spoken words, can it be shown that during sleep a conversation or some noise resembling one made its ways into our ears? I venture to dismiss that possibility decisively. If we can get no further with what is common to dreams, let us see whether their differences can help us. Dreams are, of course, often senseless, confused, and absurd. But there are also sensible, matter-of-fact, and reasonable ones. I just think it's so weird that this culture of, like, sensibility, it's, like, very funny. Let us inquire whether the later, the sensible ones, can throw any light on the senseless ones. Here is the latest reasonable dream that have had reported to me. It was dreamt by a young man. I went for a walk along the Cartenestrae and met her ex. Hello, dear.
Well,
Achieve your objective? Have you acquired much speed?
yes.
Congratulations, sir.
Would you guys like some?
I
Kind
am
of, yeah.
okay.
Well, you're gonna have sativa. Do you want one?
What?
Do you want a sativa? I got some.
That's nice of you.
I got a whole jar.
You got me a jar of sativa? You should just keep it, honey.
Well, like, I got 3 jars for myself.
Got 3 jars of sativa?
I got all of the kinds.
Honey, you can just keep it.
They were on
It's okay.
sale.
I mean, if I were
It's Small Business Saturday, don't you know it?
No.
Chamber of Commerce really
Is
dropped the
it
ball. I
actually
didn't hear
Small
about that
Business
either.
Saturday?
They had a Small Business Saturday special.
That's
And
great.
I mean, it was 50% off.
Really?
And
That's
usually these are crazy expensive.
quite a lot off.
The more you buy, the more you save.
The Golden States are like the highest end weed they have.
Yeah, the Golden States are nice.
I know. You want to smell them?
Yeah, I do want to smell them actually.
This one is called
This is way cooler than Freud.
Alpine Sunrise. Fuck.
I
me.
love their
Look at that
packaging
shit.
and like
I
shit.
know, that's why it's expensive. Mostly.
That's smells really good.
R.I.P. for one
You wanna smell this, John?
Sunrise.
Oh, it's ridiculous weed. Look at this ridiculous weed.
Ridiculous in its
I want the most anxiety
potency.
tweakiest weed. That's what you're
There's
supposed to put in
definitely
the
one of
blend.
these. This one's called Woods.
You can try them all, and this is what we should do. Will you try them all for me and tell me which one produces the most tweakiness? And then I will take the tweaky one.
This is Miracle Alien Cookies,
Your access is tweaking.
hybridized with BX1. This is Durban and Paris OG. Durban poison
Yeah,
berry.
I want the tweakiest one because when you put it in the blend, the tweakiest one with the anxiety-inducing effects, when you combine it with the indica, it neutralizes a lot of the anxiety
no
effects.
idea which one would be the tweakiest.
But it makes it more psychedelic. So the tweakiness enables psychedelicness.
This is like some ex-Girl Scout cookies. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So if you can also smoke weed and help us decide which one is making you feel terrible.
I feel like my weed smolly abilities are not
Oh.
very sensitive, but
It smells nice.
my best.
What does it smell like to you?